a smile that makes the sun rise. You make it shine, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got...
What's up, you guys? Today we are back, and I'm actually going to show you how to make a thumbnail. I've been getting some questions about this, so I thought this would be a fun video to do. And of course, I will be showing how I make my Toca thumbnails. And for this one, I'm actually showing you how I made the dorm room thumbnail. If you haven't seen that speed build yet, do go check it out. It's the previous Toca video. And real quick, I'm just showing you in the game, I've actually started decorating the dorm room already. Normally, I take a screenshot of the build to use for the thumbnail, but clearly that does not work here since it's not decorated in said video. But that's okay because I can just go into my photos, my files, I'll just load up the video and get a screenshot of it, which I already have set up here. So just gonna grab that screenshot real quick. The next step is to load up this app. I personally use Procreate. This is what I use for all my edits in this sense, all my thumbnails. This is iOS exclusive, but there's a few good ones for Android as well. I know a lot of people like Ibis Paint, however it's pronounced. I'd personally recommend Adobe Sketch. As you saw a little while ago, I showed you the exact specs of the canvas I'm working with. It's just the standard YouTube thumbnail size. And I just insert the screenshot, scale it up, and now I'm going to an old thumbnail of mine to copy the borders and the title thing, the Toca Life logo that I put on all of them, because yes, I do just copy and paste it among all of them so that it's always the same, it matches, and it just makes my job a little bit easier. I actually do this with a lot of things. As you can see now, I'm going to jump in and grab my character. This one's actually not a finished version, and I wanted to switch it up, so I was looking through the files to determine if I could do that, but then I decided, you know what, no, I'll just go with the same one I used last time for the summer outfits video. So again, jumping into that file and just a simple copy-paste. This is definitely my favorite part of making thumbnails. No, I'm kidding, but... yeah, little tip for you guys making thumbnails. It doesn't have to be complicated. If you want a consistent theme, just copy and paste, copy and paste. Continuing on from there, this is when I like to go in and adjust my background. As you can see, I add in a bit of a blur, usually around the 5% mark, and I'll actually keep playing with that throughout the creation process, just to make sure it constantly matches up. And then I like to move on to making the title. And for this, of course, this is going to say dorm room, and I picked a color from that background just to keep it consistent and matching and looking really nice in my opinion. I also do edit the font and the size and all of it. My go-to font is the Cherry Liney, I believe is what it's called. Popular font. I'm sure you guys have seen it all over YouTube, but it is really cute. I can't deny that. I love the little hearts. Once I have that adjusted to just how I like it, I oftentimes make a layer underneath it, always make a layer underneath it, set the original text layer as my reference, and then go back to the new layer and do this color fill situation. So as you can see, I'm just filling in everything right, and I don't know why, don't ask, but yes, I fill in the hearts as well, because I just think it looks nice, it's cute. I guess I did know why. But as you can see, that's just to also kind of help set it apart, because I think it's harder to read if it's just the lines. I also duplicate the original text layer, and I will go back into the adjustments tab and change it to black, and then add a little blur and use the little selection moving tool, I forget what it's called, to offset it some to create that nice little shadow. Again, just setting it off from the rest so it's very easy to read, hopefully easier to read. So once I have all my standard elements ready, it is time to jump in and get some items from the game. This is like super important to making my thumbnails for some reason. I don't know why. I just really like the look. So for this one, I'm going to go through and pick out some items that I feel are related to this video that maybe I used in the build, or anything. In this, I actually wanted to go into the house store and get a box, maybe put some items in it, get some school stuff, so it's kind of like somebody's moving into a dorm room. So I'm just going to go through and pick out some items and then show you how I add those into the thumbnail. Okay, so here's one of the reasons why the movie studio is probably my favorite location, or one of them, is the green screen. I use this all the time, and as you can see, I went through, I found all my items. I think they mainly came from the house store and, like, the school, from the original Toca Life school. But for the sake of this, I do this all the time with characters and other things. But all you would need to do is set these up on the green screen and then take a screenshot. And I do always automatically go in and go ahead and crop it, because in my experience that just makes it turn out a little bit better. Once you've done that for all of your items, you are ready to jump back into your editing app, and now you will insert the photo, which is just a simple little action here in Procreate, and you are going to select them. Yes, you have to select them one by one. My apologies. I like to make it the very top layer to start with. I will lower it later on in editing, but for this sake, it's important. Also, remember to turn off your reference layers. I do this all the time. I always forget to turn them off, and so that's why it didn't select properly. But once I remember to do that, I just use the automatic selection to select the green screen. This is why I use the green screen, because it makes that a lot easier than if you just took a picture in its location. And then you can just erase it after you've selected it, and then scale it correctly, place it wherever you like, and just mix it up. Mess around with the layering so it's behind certain things, in front of other things, etc. Now that I have all of my images in and have removed the backgrounds, it's time to figure out their placement, and I knew that I wanted this plant with this box. I turned off all the other layers just so that they wouldn't get distracting or confusing, and this is actually something I did a lot in this thumbnail, was pairing items up. Normally I just have 3 or 4 items for the covers, for the thumbnails, but this one I wanted to go more and kind of pair them together, and I just thought that was really fun. I now had the general layout of my thumbnail, so I just go in and make some finishing touches. You can see here that I'm going in to adjust the text color because I just want to get it just perfect. This is also where I would apply different filters, blending modes. This is where I'm just experimenting. If I want to go in and do some shading, some lighting, etc., this is when I would do it. This one I did really simply. It's not that complicated at all. But I will do it. I'll add drop shadows for some of the items, my character, etc. And see, I also experimenting matching it up with that pink, but I decided that it just didn't fit. Plus, I've used the pink multiple times, seeing that it is my favorite color. Though I have now realized that I pretty much ended up using the same color that I did on the summer outfit, so whoops. This is one of those little touches, final edits, etc. that I was talking about. I've just gone in and chosen this glimmer, glitter, sparkle sort of blush, and yeah, I could have probably just ran that screenshot through another app to get the same effect, just automatically, but I just didn't feel like doing that, so I just chose this brush and set it to right, and then tapped it around the screen to create a sparkling effect that I thought was really cute and aesthetically pleasing. And this is just one of those little details that I really like about thumbnails, even though they may never actually get noticed. And there you guys have it. That is the finished thumbnail. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this and found it useful. If you have, please do give it a thumbs up. Comment your thoughts and suggestions and questions, etc. down below. And if you haven't seen the Dome Room DIY, be sure to go check that out on the channel. And subscribe to become a Freaky Fabzillion. I love you guys. Bye!
You and I till the end.